What's up, board game people? Today we're here with our What I'm Backing in February 2022, where I run you fine people through the campaigns I am following and backing this month. This is by no means an exhaustive list of campaigns happening. These are only the titles that I'm watching and plan on backing throughout the month. I want to be able to give my honest opinions and share projects that excite and interest me. I try and take the time to research these projects, and I don't have the time or energy to do that for everything launching each month. I tend to gravitate more towards campaign games and dungeon crawlers, things that can be played solo or co-op, but I also like to throw in other genres and game systems as well. If I miss something you think I should really check out, put it in the comments and I'll take a look. So first up is one of the games I am most looking forward to, Lobotomy 2 Manhunt. They proudly announced that the greatest asylum crawler is back. This game is a tongue-in-cheek dungeon crawler set in an insane asylum. They're promising a huge campaign, memorable characters, the option of sandbox gameplay, upgradable gear, and most importantly, tons of minis. Their Gamefound campaign page is a little sparse in details, but if you want to learn more, I suggest checking out some of the great videos on Lobotomy 1 that are floating around YouTube. We do get a bit of a sneak peek when visiting the page, though. We can meet our fellow patients, including Ian McFellow, the sexy Gandalf burying it all in a diaper. None shall pass until someone changes his diaper. We also see Demi Hawkins, who looks to be their take on Eleven from Stranger Things, and Wicked Jimmy and his puppy. Don't mess with the puppy or things are going to get very messy in the asylum. Leave your bags at the door and they'll have everything we need to escape our lobotomy and the asylum staff. During our stay, we'll be pampered by the highly trained staff and their cuddly mascot. They end their preview teasing that no great vacation at the asylum would be complete without a little trip to the spa. We see that they have at least one expansion being released called Inferno, which turns up the heat and lets things get a little dark and demonic. To be honest, the twisted humor in the minis is what has me so stuck on this game. I love the minis. The Gandalf and John Wick are great, and the gluttonous sheriff with a gaping belly looks to be too much fun to paint. I hope there are many more surprises coming when they launch on Gamefound on February 25th. Next up, Tidal Blades Rise of the Unfolders is launching on Kickstarter on February 22nd, which is quite a popular day for campaigns to launch apparently. This is the sequel to 2018's Tidal Blades Heroes of the Reef, and will be launching alongside the Tidal Blades RPG book, because, every board game needs an RPG version, right? Wrong. But if you're looking for another pen and paper RPG, it's there. Just not really my thing anymore. Rise of the Unfolders takes place after the Tournaments of Heroes seen in Part 1, and it will see the heroes thrown into the mysterious fold, the frozen section of time and space that protects the Naviri from the sea monsters. The heroes must venture into the fold with the Nexus device that will allow them to unfreeze time, to unravel its mysteries, and to save the island realm. This title flips the genre into a co-op, scenario-based dungeon crawler. Each hero is equipped with the Nexus grid, which is a 3x3 grid of action cards that allows the player to play entire rows or columns as a combo to defeat the host of monsters that you'll encounter throughout the campaign. Maps are unique to each scenario and created using a series of what looks like 2 large flip books that you'll be playing on top of. I like this idea as it'll make setting up each scenario a breeze. The artwork is what I describe as fantasy light. It's vibrant, eye-catching, and perhaps a bit childlike, but not in a bad way. Everything looks nice and readable across the table. It looks to be a little light on minis for my taste, but it's hard to get a read on the mini quality. Hopefully we'll get a good look at them on the 22nd when the campaign goes live. Next is one of the worst named games of 2022 thus far, Tamashii Chronicle of Ascend, formerly known as Gaijin from Awakened Realms Light. Awakened Realms is a name that's brought us some very heavy, very crunchy games in the past. This is their first title that they're launching under the Awakened Realms Light label that's touted to be lighter and a more approachable game. Looking at the previews they've been showing, I'm not sure light is the word I'd use to describe the gameplay, but that's okay with me. This game looks great. Sure, the name they've settled on is horrible, but I'm excited for this one based off the art and the genre. Tamashii is a cyberpunk adventure board game for 1 to 4 players with a post-apocalyptic vibe, where players will struggle to survive and pursue their own agendas in 2 worlds at the same time. The artwork really draws me in, with the neon pinks and purple. The gameplay elements tend to look a bit busy, but they seem to have nailed the theme. The game will see you playing either in the real world or entering the virtual world, or you can cyber swing back and forth between the two and hack your opponents or defeat an evil AI that's threatening your existence. The game is said to have many different scenarios that you can choose to play that will change the game mode from co-op to PvP or anything in between. What I'm really hoping for is that there's an overarching story that will bring this world together and explains why I'd be working with someone one game session and fighting against them the next. If the narrative elements manage to support the world they're trying to build, this game will be a win in my book. I'm interested to find out more when this goes live sometime this month. No date's been announced yet, but the page clearly displays February 22nd at the very bottom. Now for the campaign that threatens to take my lunch money, stuff me in a locker, and give me a wedgie, all while I smile and beg, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" Kingdoms Forlorn from Into the Unknown is set to launch on Kickstarter on February 15th. Yes, it's moved up a few days from its previously announced date. Probably best to separate it from the pack of rabid campaigns launching on the 22nd. Kingdoms Forlorn is my most wanted campaign of February, if not the entire year. A truly tactical dungeon crawler, a truly cooperative adventure, a truly narrative-driven board game. Truly epic. Yes, everything about that screams shut up and take my money already. Kingdoms is a dungeon delver for 1 to 4 players from the makers of Aeon Trespass Odyssey. It's set to be a high-end, big-box saga that will offer hundreds of hours of gameplay. Dragons, devilry, mad kings, forgotten medieval kingdoms rediscovered, knights, noble and vile and errant, venturing forth to seek power, treasure, or redemption, and to carve their own legend in an ever-evolving dark fantasy setting. Kingdoms Forlorn focuses on more personal stories and shorter delves into titular kingdoms, epic boss fights, and large-scale skirmishes. Let's be honest, I could go on for days about the potential of this game, but I'll save that for another video. The campaign is rife with buzzwords, but the minis speak for themselves. These things are huge and detailed, and there's little doubt that Into the Unknown can deliver the quality that they're promising after looking at the Aeon's Trespass miniatures. They have a style of their own, and it translates to this twisted fantasy setting oh so very well. Expect this campaign to be big, I mean record-setting big. The excitement levels are on par with Kingdom Death, so sit back and enjoy the ride when this crazy campaign launches on the 15th. Now on to a bit of sad news. I was following and backing Rogue Angel's Legacy of the Burning Suns. I recently released a guide covering the campaign, but unfortunately the campaign has been cancelled to allow them to rework some aspects of manufacturing and the campaign layout to come back even stronger. We wish them the best of luck, and hopefully even more people will be there to support this amazing project when it relaunches in 3 to 6 months. I'll be following along eagerly. And to end on a high note, we have a surprise campaign. I found out earlier today that Mind MGMT will be returning to Kickstarter on February 8th to offer everyone a chance to get the deluxe version of the game again. They won't technically be offering anything new, but they'll be adding secret mission cards that will be available to everyone. They will also offer a package to upgrade the retail version to the deluxe version's wooden tokens. This game has been on my wishlist for a while, and for me this is the perfect opportunity to grab it. Mind MGMT is a psychic espionage hidden movement game where one player plays the recruiter for a Mind MGMT. This player plays against rogue agents who are trying to capture them. As you play the sessions of the game, the loser of each session opens a mystery box that includes abilities, components, and rules that will help that side in future games. The game evolves the more you play and can be reset and restarted at any time. So if this sounds like something that would catch your interest, check them out on Kickstarter on the 8th. So that's it. February is a huge month for crowdfunding campaigns, and my list probably just scratches the surface of it. If you think there's something out there I'd be interested in or I should check out, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this type of content, please hit the like button below and consider subscribing. It's free, it doesn't hurt much, and it helps small channels like this grow to be big, strong channels with big, pointy teeth. Thanks for watching, everyone, and make sure you play something fun tonight.